relationship. A pastor of a church can be in a dysfunctional relationship. In fact, you will be shocked the number of pastors who are in a dysfunctional relationships. Now, what happened in a dysfunctional relationship is what is amplified in marriage. So we are not going into dysfunctional marriage settings today. We'll just look at the trait of a dysfunctional relationship, and you begin to see that even in some marriages, it's dysfunctional. That two people are in love and they are always happy does not mean the relationship is okay. I'm not saying that they are faking it on social media. I'm saying they are truly happy, but they are in a dysfunctional relationship. Somebody says, how do I know? What if you don't know that you are missing something? Well, you think everything is okay. Maybe in the next 15 years, that's when you will realize that you are in a wrong relationship. The fact that everything is working well now, hey, I've never caught him anywhere. He has never lied to me. That doesn't mean that the relationship is healthy. See, this thing called love is so delicate that the only time you are sure you are on the right path is when you have listened to principles about correct relationship. I'm not talking about people who are saying it so that you can feel good. When I was on campus, a man of God walked up to me and said, sir, the people that are likely to make mistakes in relationships are ministers of God. You think they know what they need to know. But that everything is rosy does not mean it is correct. So I'm going to be listing 7 dysfunctional traits this afternoon. And once we are done with the listing, we'll go into question and answer. What I want to do is prepare your mind. There are 2 happy people. Sometimes you will see people on social media, oh, the love of my life, the sugar in my tea, the butter in my bread. Then 2 years later, you will hear that the husband filed for divorce. And then what comes to your mind is, what happened? How come these happy people are going their separate ways? I thought every time they always put their pictures on social media, they made us feel so intimidated. Why? So they are not really happy. Are they lying? No, they were not lying. Some of them are. Some are not lying. The truth is, they don't know that they are in a dysfunctional relationship. So if any of the points touch your heart today, don't be offended. It is not saying that you don't know what you're doing. It's not saying that relationship is bad. It's telling you that there is something you need to pay attention to in that relationship. Well, there is no surprise in marriage. You didn't pay more attention during relationship. Whatever you're going to see in your marriage, you have seen it in relationship. And God is so merciful. He will not keep anything from you. As a child of God, there is nothing that will happen in your marriage that God will not show you a sign in your relationship. Don't come and say marriage is a shocker. Love is blind. Marriage is an eye opener. No, it's not like that for a child of God. In relationship, God will open your eyes. And this meeting is such a meeting that the Lord has arranged to open our hearts. Can you celebrate the 2 of them? I will call them once again because of their color match. Amen. 7 basic traits of a dysfunctional relationship. Number 1, lack of definite plans about how long the relationship should last before going to the altar. Don't be in a timeless relationship. We are in love. We'll figure out when we are going to settle down. It's a dysfunctional relationship because timelessness makes you do stupid things. I need to know, okay, now you're asking me out. We're starting a relationship. What's your plan? I don't have any plan. I just love you. That's a dysfunctional relationship. You can't just love somebody. You just want to love them. Why? You love people with plans. God respects plans. He respects and he expects every child of God to drop plans, especially when it comes to love. Listen, some of you are not battling with lust. You don't have seducing spirit. You are in a timeless relationship. Once you are in love with someone, your emotions are involved. One of the ways to tailor and control your emotions is to give it time. Oh, I love this lady. Anytime I see her, I feel like kissing her. I just want to bounce on her. I want to devour her. I want to. Yes, it's good. It's a godly feeling. God put it in your heart, brother. Rehearse how to devour her. Tear the clothes. I put you in. I will tear it. I will throw one to the east, throw one to the west. It's godly thoughts. But in that relationship, you must put a timing to that control. So I'm holding on to this emotional outpour for a certain period of time. I'm holding on to this desire to ravage my partner for a certain period of time. But the moment there is no timing, you will not be able to keep yourself for a very long time. It's dysfunctional to be in a relationship that is timeless. So, Pastor, what if I don't know yet? You know, Nigerian factors are too unpredictable. How do I know if I'm not ready? Don't ask anybody out until you're ready. And I'm not saying that your plan must be absolute. I'm saying that you must have a plan. I know, the pastor said, in the next 3 years, I should get married. Tell it to her in that relationship. See, the reason why we are keeping ourselves from sexual activities is because we are waiting for 3 years. Timed. So while you're working towards that time and that plan, your partner is also working towards that time and that plan. So both of you are working towards a particular time. It's a lot easier to manage. A lot easier. You say, oh, maybe Pastor is not in our league. He doesn't understand. Well, I've been there. I was in a relationship for 4 years. Not planned. My plan was supposed to be 2.5 years. But something happened. So there's a 1 year and 6 months in addition. The 6 months was not even emphasized until a month to the first wedding date that had to be postponed another 6 months. But there was a plan. There was a structure. There was something we were working with. Self-control is not timeless. You don't have the gift of celibacy. Don't assume you have one. That you're in a relationship means that you want something. You need something. And you want it boundless. You want it naked. Amen. You are too serious. I said you want it boundless. You didn't say anything. I felt that was too spiritual. So I stepped it. I said you want it naked. And you are still not saying anything. Yes, that's what you want. But it can't be timeless. It cannot be timeless. Getting married is not expensive. Going to the altar is not expensive. It is a type of marriage, type of wedding that you want that is expensive. You're planning to give 750,000 naira to a makeup artist. That money is enough to buy all the things in the bridal list. Go to the market there, 25,000 naira pack of makeup kit. Give it to a sister of Zion. Paint my face moderately. You're done with that. It's not expensive. See, since when was the last time you this year now? A lot of weddings are taking place this year. Which one is the best? There is no best wedding. There is none. Nobody is looking at what you know, how much you spent. Listen, people that got 2-bedroom flat, no chair, no table, no TV. Are you listening to me? They were using, what do you call those things that used to bring smoke on stage? They use fireworks on their wedding day. There is no TV in their house. The house they are moving to after wedding. No TV, no chair, nothing. But they use fireworks on their wedding day. That fireworks guy collected 400,000 naira to set up the light. The one that is turning east, west. See light in church. Once you put it in front of that your reception, you are dancing. What the cameraman will see, iPhones can do your, oh God. There are things you can't reduce in wedding expenses. They are the engagement list, the wedding suit, the wedding gown, things that pertain to you. But you see the jollof fries that the people will eat. You want to make meals, jollof rice, amala, swallow. Then you want them to take. You want to do intercontinental wedding. That's why you are fornicating in relationship. Because you are saving up for intercontinental wedding. You're living in a timeless relationship. It's too dangerous. My mom got married at the age of 22. What's wrong with you? You want me to get angry? My mom's younger sister, that's my aunt, got married at 21. Listen, what is important? We started something in church this morning. It's called the law of success. We're learning how to make money. As a young person, you must be restless when it comes to you earning. I'm not saying that you just go and put the daughter of Zion into financial crisis. No, start doing something, make money, make steady source of income. Have something that is flowing in regularly. Desire more. At the same time, don't expect to show anyone. Listen, your first wedding, you can have first wedding, second wedding, third wedding in the same marriage. So the first one, what is important is that your parents are in agreement that you get married. After 10 years of being in that marriage, of course, I don't expect you to be lazy in 10 years. Should have had some money to say to me, baby, what you did the last time was not enough. Now, carry me. You're right, as my husband, just come and throw a party. Our 10 years wedding anniversary, then you can now buy those lights. Because now you can afford it. Escape from fornication first. Number 2. If you don't like what I'm saying, you can ask me a question. You can confront any of the principles. You're free. You're very free. Number 2, entering a relationship to correct an error or prove a point. So how do I enter a relationship to correct an error? I broke up with my ex, and my ex told me, you will never find anyone like me. So you now went on that revenge mission to find someone better than your ex. So when you now find that person, the person is only better in facial expression, outward appearance, not better in character. But you want to prove to your ex that you have someone that is better than him or her. Finer. Then you now stay with that person. Then you're now doing everything to make it work. Because your parents said to you when you're in secondary school, so you want to prove to your parents. So to you, it doesn't matter what the guy is doing. It doesn't matter what the lady is saying to you. You just want to get married. I want to get married before I clock 25. So no matter what the guy is saying, you're just humble there. You're just going to take all the shit. Because you want to prove a point to someone. You want to make sure someone knows. Now things are now well with you. You've seen a lot of skits online. Now the lady will be coming out of a supermarket and see her ex with another lady. And then rush back into the supermarket and see one guy. And just go straight and kiss the guy. So that the ex can see that she has moved on. And then so you in your mindset, because all of these things we see on social media, we think they don't matter, but they really do to our heart. Because once it appeals to you that someone can cover up in relationship to feel good outside, then it's already appealing to your heart that you can be in a relationship that you are being beaten and abused, but because you want to prove a point to your neighbors, you want all your friends to know that you are no longer single, you stay there. Dysfunctional relationship. Don't prove a point. Don't. Listen, let me show you something clearer. I'm trying to mic up. Let me show you something clearer. Listen, this is very delicate, but listen to what I'm trying to say. Now watch this. If someone comes out from a marriage that the father is very nice, caring, and the mother is also very nice, they have the tendency to start looking for a partner that looks like their parents. The guy will start looking for a lady like his mom. The lady will start looking for a guy like his dad. not knowing that none of the parents is perfect. They have their flaws. So he or she keep looking at the good qualities of the parents, is trying to get it in their partner. Now, it doesn't sound dangerous yet. Now, look at this. If any of them come from a family, maybe the dad is a drunkard, he drinks, abuses everybody in the house, vomits everywhere. So she wants to get married to a man who is not like her dad. At least not a hard drinker. So she begins to look for a guy who is not alcoholic. It doesn't look like a problem, but there's a problem. For you not to be in a dysfunctional relationship, you must never compare your relationship with your parents' home, whether it is good or bad. They are not the standard.
Yes, sir.
So, I love my dad. I must marry a man like my dad. You see, the problem with that is that you're going to do something very dangerous. This good man you're looking at has flaws, but you're not looking at the flaws, you're looking at the good qualities. So when you're picking a man like your dad, you expect him to be perfect. Ask your mom. Your mom will tell you your dad's weaknesses. You can't see them. Because what you see is that dad is wonderful. So you're looking for a man like your dad. So in that relationship, when you begin to see other flaws in that man, you say, but he has all the good qualities of my dad. He has all the good qualities of my dad. So all these ones I'm seeing, they are not important. Because he has all the good qualities of my dad. If the dad is irresponsible, he drinks and he plays around. When she's picking a man, she's looking, I don't want a man who drinks. But the father who drinks provides for the house. She's not seeing that. The man who shouts on everybody is faithful to his wife. She is not seeing that. She's only saying, I want a man that is not like my dad. So in other words, she's running with half expectation. You're looking for what is missing in your parents' marriage in a man. So when you find it, what makes the marriage work, you are not paying attention to it. So people are actually looking for the 20%, neglecting the foundational 80%. It's still a dysfunctional relationship because what you think you're looking for, when you find it, comes with other things you must pay attention to. And so if you're not paying attention holistically, you will still make a mistake in that relationship. If you now take a sincere assessment, you will realize, this relationship I'm in, this guy is good in this way, in this way, in this way, in this way. What about this? Are there foundational things I must pay attention to in a relationship? Let me give you 3. If a man doesn't have these 3, don't marry him. Number 1, if he is not making money, that means he's not smart. How can a pastor start the quality from making money? I said 3. He has to know how to make money. A righteous man leaveth inheritance for his children's children. Àwẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ mọ bó ṣe make owó. Ìyá jọ máa jẹ yín ni o. It's a good quality to know how to make money. You need money. You have to relationship. See, you will argue a lot about simple things. I won't tell you what will happen in marriage. You will argue a lot about simple things. Why didn't you call me? I forgot. You didn't have credit. See, simple things will raise dust. He must know how to make money. You must learn it. If you're not making money, you must learn it. You're going to have a bad relationship without making money. You need to hear it from the pulpit that your pastor's marriage is working partly because he is making money. Or you don't know? You think my wife is eating faith at home? Number 2, the man must be faithful. How do you know whether a man is faithful? Both gender. Is devotion to God. At least use God as a reference point. A man that does not honor God sincerely, he may love you, yes, but not the God way. So there are factors that will still make you fall off. Number 3, a man that is teachable. See, let's leave the rest. Romance, he doesn't know how to dress, no dress sense, he's not romantic, he doesn't know how to treat a woman. He can learn it if he's teachable. All the other flaws, you can't teach a man how to be faithful if he's not faithful by nature. There's nothing you can do. You can't tame a man. You can't watch over a man. No, you can't. There's nothing you can do to a man. The same way to women. You can't do anything. If a man or a woman is not naturally faithful, there's nothing else you can do about it. That's wrong. 3 things. He must know how to make money. Number 2, he must be a faithful person. Number 3, what did I say? Number 3 is teachable. That's all. Once you see these 3, if you can find every other thing, I didn't say you can pray in tongues very well. Yeah, I didn't say you can study the Bible for 12 hours. Because it's part of a dysfunctionality in a relationship. If every time you are meeting your partner, you are praying, there's something wrong in that relationship. No, you shouldn't be praying every time. Hey, money. No. I didn't say you won't pray. I say you shouldn't be praying every time. You have a hangout for 30 minutes. The brother came. He saw you. Say, sister, God bless you. God bless you. Where are we sitting now? No, please. You know what you're going to do for me? Just tap me and say, Uncle. Uncle, calm down. Thank God I want to talk to you. Relax. Be here with me. It's important. He must have these simple qualities. Maybe you shouldn't go back to your seat. Or what do you go back to your seat? I will call you again. The first thing is that what? No relationship must be timeless. Number 2, you must not enter a relationship to prove a point. Don't prove a point to anybody. Number 3, if you're in a relationship and both of you or one of you is avoiding structural conversation, avoiding structural conversation to enjoy the moment because of the fear of offending your partner. Oni, your mom called me yesterday that you have not been taking our call for the past 3 weeks. What's happening? I don't want to talk about it. Okay, Oni, I called my uncle that I asked him. I told him that you're going to send your CV yesterday. He chatted me up this morning that you have not sent your CV. It's because I've not had time. I'll do it. That thing I told you about, that I'm busy now. Every time you raise a matter that is important to you, that partner shuts you down on several excuses that it's not the priority now. Now you have grown to a point. I'm describing somebody's relationship. You have grown to a point that you don't want to raise structural conversations because it doesn't go down well with your partner. So in order not to ruin the moment, you avoid structural conversation. So you just have what's supposed to be your day. Then you laugh, you play, you buy ice cream, and that's all. You have matters in your heart to talk about, but they are not open to structural conversations. Anything that is going to require constructive reasoning, that's going to require you to talk about planning, they don't want to hear it. Anything that touches the area of taking responsibilities, they don't like it. So in order for you not to create, because after raising such conversation, their mood changes, so you can't really have them back to joyful mood. So the next time you are careful what to say, that's a dysfunctional relationship. You're trying to bury serious matters just to be happy at the moment. It's a dysfunctional relationship. You have things bothering you, you can't discuss with your partner because you don't know how they will take it. It's a dysfunctional relationship. There shouldn't be anything in your heart that you can't discuss with your partner. You want to hear the truth about marriage? There is no perfect time to discuss anything. You discuss it. There's no perfect time. So this is the best time to talk about this. No, there's nothing like that. So whenever you have the opportunity, you talk about the matter. So if you have a partner that is not willing to listen, you don't want to offend them. After a while, when you ask, what's wrong with you? For example, your boss at work is trying to make advances at you. Then you discuss it with your partner. And say, why are you going to his office? Why are you going to his office? If my boss asks me to come, sure, I will not go. Hey, don't go. Don't go. Tell me. Anytime I call you, tell him to come and meet you in your office. The following time your boss call you and you go, what do you think will be going on in the mind of that lady? Now, she's afraid. Now, she's feeling like she's already cheating on her partner because she went. So when she come back one while, I say, okay, hello, ask me your day on. He say, I'm fine. Did you go to your boss office today? What will be your next answer? Why are you saying no? Because you did something bad? No. Because the way your partner will take it. That's a dysfunctional relationship. Whatever relationship that is teaching you how to tell white lies. You call it white. I have to color it. But it's a lie. But any relationship that is giving you that opportunity to shrink for a moment, to consider whether you should say the truth, or to what degree should you say the truth. That's a dysfunctional relationship. It's already pointing your heart to your rehearsing, you're training your heart on how to tell lies because of the way your partner will receive it. It's a dysfunctional relationship. Just come out of it one day and say, Kunle, I've been going to my boss office and nothing has happened. He called me and I went and I told him, I said, boss, please, I'm a child of God, I won't do this. And I knelt down and I told him and I left. One of our sisters, when we were some years back, told me of a lecturer who was trying to, sleep with her. So I said, okay, no problem. We prayed about it. This lecturer kept coming. So I said, okay, this is what we're going to do. The next time the lecturer calls you, go to the office. Once you enter, kneel down and start praying these prayers. I gave her the words. That the way you have been kind to me, sir, generations of men will be kind to your daughters that way. I gave the lady a series of such statements that all the things you are doing to me, sir, the way you're taking special interest in me, other men will take special interest in your daughters. They will care for them and go extra mile for them. On your knees. Say it again and again. And make sure his daughters are, because we researched and realized that he has 3 daughters. Keep saying it about the daughters. It worked. There is no conversation that is too difficult to have with your partner. Even when you feel like they won't take it well, still say it. And if you are too afraid to discuss it, check that relationship. Something is happening. There are 3 things that really happen. Number 1, it's either you keep quiet. You start keeping quiet. Number 2, or you start lying. Number 3, or you start pretending. If you don't work on those things, those 3 things are likely to happen. What number are we? Yeah, we finished number 3 now. Number 4, being too comfortable or too free in a relationship. For example, you're already acting like a wife. When you visit him, you enter straight to his kitchen. Start washing all the plates. You're too comfortable. Relationship is not like that. You will soon stretch yourself beyond how you should be seen. The day you visit and you sit down and don't enter the kitchen, expectation will start rising in the heart of the brother. She didn't enter the kitchen today. So when I'm in a relationship with a brother, so it means I can't enter his kitchen. I didn't say you can't enter his kitchen. I said stop being too comfortable in his house. It's not your home. You're not a wife. Stop being too comfortable. Straight to the kitchen. And for the guys too, You are in a relationship with a sister. This is harsh. And you are sending monthly stipend to her. No, people do it. In good heart. Listen. Now, when you are in a relationship, see, you are not being paid to be with someone. Listen to me, oh. As a lady, you are not in a relationship to do him a favor. You are not being paid to be with him. He shouldn't shoulder your financial responsibility in a relationship. If it does, it's a dysfunctional relationship. Why is it dysfunctional? It is because you cannot receive the gift and not be vulnerable. It's not possible. Everyone who receives such, in their mind, start thinking they are already the wife. And then if you receive too much money from a man, you want to return the favors. Listen, you don't just give money to your partner in a relationship. Don't. Somebody said love is giving. It should come from both gender. If a man gives you money, give him money back. Amen? Sisters are not looking at my face. If a man gives you money, give him money back. He gives you 20,000. No, don't give him 20,000. Take out of the money he gave you. Keep some aside. If you don't have money of your own, whatever little you have, add it to the portion he gave you. Give him too. Let it be registered that before I become your wife, you were making effort, I was making effort. Listen, a man does not need to tell a lady, let's have sex. All he had to do is win the heart of the lady by being so kind. The moment you cannot return favor, you will do it in another way, either in cash or in kind. Your heart becomes vulnerable to a man you receive from and you are not giving to. So you start feeling like if I break up with him now, it will be like I have used him. You have used him. It's not like you have used him because he has given so much. You have not given anything. And I said, well, if we have sex, should be is mutual. But I'm not supposed to have this conversation among the Christian folks, but it will always reoccur. Sex is not an advantage to a man. It's to both. You used yourself. You are not ready. Sometimes the drive you need to move from relationship to marriage is that there are benefits you are being denied in relationship. If all the benefits in relationship that are supposed to be in marriage is present in relationship, there is no need to enter marriage. There's no rush. Everything you would have been to me, you are now. Only that we are not living directly together. You come and spend the weekend. What's the difference? What's the difference? You travel, you spend Friday, you return on Sunday evening or very early on Monday morning. You've been there Friday to Sunday morning. All the things that a wife would do, you have done. You went to the market on Saturday, you cook the stew he's going to eat from Monday to Friday. Wow. To come and cook another one on Saturday. Wow. Now, you are not saying that Kunle, I don't even know what's wrong with Kunle. I don't know. Kunle is not, I told him that we have been in a relationship for 5 years. He's not even moved. He can't be moved. He's settled in his mind. He's too comfortable in that relationship. And so you have a responsibility. See, once you make your partner too comfortable, they'll take you for granted. And it's a sign of a dysfunctional relationship. I don't want any lady, any daughter of Zion anywhere to say, after all I've done for him, don't do the all. Don't do the all. Stop telling us after all. Who asked you to do the all? Don't do all. It's called a relationship for a purpose. It's not meant, you are not meant to be comfortable in it. You're not meant to be too relaxed in it. You're not meant to be too relaxed. There should be something reserved for marriage. Some levels of dignity is important. And don't say, okay, Pastor, we've done all. What are you not trying to say now? You can change from now. There's no point you get to that you can't have a turnaround. There's no point. All you have to know is that I have been doing too much. And I want to get myself back in track. What can I do to reduce my excesses? And you sort it out. So you're angry with him because he didn't send October stipend. And you are not married. He didn't send October money. As what? Who employed you? It's not a job to be in a relationship. So you don't have to get money from the man. You don't have to get money from a man you're dating. I know you don't like what I'm saying, but I'll say it again. That's why I came back. I didn't get the reaction I was supposed to get. The sisters are not smiling at all. And the brothers are saying, thank God. But that's the truth. It is. See, I want us to get back to the point where a woman would have her pride, even in the relationship. To hell with his money. He has it, but you're not asking for it. You know, you can buy you a car, but you say, I don't want it now. You can buy me a car, keep it till our wedding day. I want to jump on public transport till I get married to you. I want to earn every penny that comes from you. The man will respect you so much that you're not there for the money. Don't you know his dignity? You need money and you don't have it. And then you call your fiancé. I say, honey, can you loan me 20,000? I can dash you. Say, no, loan me. And then you get the money. And then when you got your first 10,000, you pay back. Say, don't worry about the second 10. Say, I won't ask you money for money again. If you don't collect the one I collected, if you want to give me a gift, give me. But this one I collected, I will pay it back. Dignity. See, men, no matter how crazy a man is, a man always responds to a woman of dignity. No man, see, it's a zone no man wants to cross. Once a man sees a level of virtue and dignity in a woman, they bend. Every man honor and respect a woman of dignity. Every man. What number are we? So number 5. Any relationship that involves soft or hard form of domestic violence. It's a dysfunctional relationship. A soft domestic violence. Some domestic violence involves slapping, harassing, shouting on you in public, insulting you in front of your friends. That's hard. Soft is the one that silences your right, silence your opinion in the relationship, in conversations. Let me read something to you. We know, how many of us know what we call emotional blackmail? You know what emotional blackmailing is? It's a form of domestic violence. We're having an intellectual conversation, you're crying. Don't cry, let's talk. Sorry, don't cry, let's talk. If there is an issue to treat, don't cry. See, it's a soft way of silencing reality. You make your partner feel like we can't have a basic conversation and we hurt our feelings. So because he doesn't want to hurt your feelings, then he can't talk to you on a serious matter. Many people, the day they got into a relationship, that was the day they stopped growing. Most ladies, now listen to this. Now that you're in a relationship, your partner can no longer correct you. When you were friends, he could correct you easily. He asks you out, he can't correct you again. Because every time he tries to correct you, you blackmail him. You just turn your face. After the correction, babe, what's up? Nothing. How are you feeling? I'm fine. What do you want to eat? I'm not hungry. Do you think he's going to raise another conversation? Say, kid, what did I do? Nothing. Do you still want us to play the games? No. Babe, let's just go home. Oni, we just got here. Leave me alone. Don't touch me. So what do you think he will do next time? He won't be able to talk. That's emotional blackmail. It's a form of soft violence. Now, you pick because you're not beating him up. Well, you're shutting him down. It's a form of violence. It's emotional, but what you're saying is that don't try to go this terrain. I don't want to be instructed. I don't want to be taught. I don't want to be corrected. Just let me be who I am. Listen, many people think that it is a normal form of relationship. That I'm in a relationship with a guy that I can show him pepper. No, it's a dysfunctional relationship when your partner is afraid. Listen, I get calls like this. Pastor, there's something I want to discuss with my partner, but I don't know how to say it. Can you please help me say it to him? Listen, in some matters of life, you might need counsel on how to approach some sensitive matters in relationship and marriage. It shouldn't be a matter that you could sit down one-on-one and talk about. Whatever it is that cannot make you listen in that level is a form of violence. It's subtle, but it's there. What about psychological violence, domestic violence? Psychologically, you harass your partner. You make them feel so small just by talking them down. Oh, I wrote an article. I want to publish it. How is this article? Sir, this article. There are too many grammatical errors here. Why would we write something like this now? No, don't publish it. If you are going to publish it, don't put your name there. Don't let anybody know that you're... If you have heard that from anybody before, let me see your hand up. A partner talk down on someone like that. Someone is raising their hand there. It's a form of violence. You don't have to beat anyone to experience that. If you're in a relationship, you're not proud of your partner. It's a form of violence to that partner. Okay, I think I want to round up. Your faces are not looking so smart, nice. Number 6, cheating or traces of it in a relationship. What does it mean to cheat? I wrote about 10 reasons why people cheat. The problem is not cheating. The problem is why. You know, sometimes when we talk about faithfulness in relationship, we are this quick to say that it must be faithful all the time, 100% of the time. Well, what if there are mistakes? Mistakes do happen. So when mistakes happen, I'm going to list the 10 reasons why people cheat. And 2 out of the 10 are correct or can be forgivable. Not correct. 2 out of the 10 can or should be forgiven. 8 should not. But I will list the 10. And I want 1 or 2 persons, a man and a woman, to respond to the 2 that should be pardonable. Are you ready for the number? Yes, sir. So let's go. So this will make it faster. Number 1, I do not want you. A partner may cheat because they don't want their partner. Well, while dating, but I don't feel the, what do you call it? Chemistry. So, and one way to prove that the chemistry is not there is to go and do physics with another person. But you said, I don't want you. So that biology can happen. Number 2, you are not enough. Let me say this. The rumor that went online about the Equatorial guy, I read some articles online. I was actually interested. And you know one funny thing about realities of life? I said it in church that you shouldn't watch the videos if you have not seen it. If you have seen it, wave your hand. You have stumbled on the videos. You have stumbled. Some of you have seen it. Okay. If you have not seen the video, please, I'm stylishly begging you in God's name, don't. You don't need it. And I will tell you why. So the videos went, the news went viral, and then people started saying a lot of things. And then from the list of stuff I have read, this is what I found out. Number 1, the man involved is not a child of God. Listen. Number 2, there is no form of sexual weakness in the husbands of the 400 women. Listen. That warrants them to seek sexual satisfaction in that man. Now, listen to me carefully because I know what I'm saying. And there are things, because many people here are not married, so there are so many things I will not be able to say directly. Number 3, the man slept with many wives, and other men slept with his own wife too. Now, if a man who claimed to have the gospel of sexual accuracy, who is sleeping with other wives because their husbands can't sleep with them properly, if someone else is sleeping with his wife, shouldn't that tell you something? Listen, men and women, if you are not married to a man and a man cheats on you, you have to be sure why. If it is that you are not enough, don't negotiate forgiveness. Let them go. I've started answering my questions, so don't let me answer it again. So the first one I said what? I do not want you. Number 2, you are not enough. Number 3, I am not ready for monogamy. Number 4, I cannot control my sexual urges. Number 5, it was an accident. Number 6, cheating proves that I am in charge. Number 7, I was seduced. Number 8, I do it for the money. Number 9, I'm a sex maniac. Sex what? Sex maniac. Well, 1 to 9. I've listed the reasons why unfaithful. Okay, let me read them again. I want you to pick 2 out of 9. It's 9 I wrote down, okay? Not 10. I do not want you. That's the first one. Number 2, you are not enough. Number 3, I'm not ready for monogamy. Number 4, I cannot control my sexual urges. Number 5, it was an accident. Number 6, cheating proved that I am in charge. Number 7, I was seduced. Number 8, I do it for the money. Number 9, I'm a sex maniac. That maniac, is it maniac or maniac? Maniac. It's maniac. There are things you must not know how to pronounce. Okay, so a lady and a brother who want to tell us the 2 forgivable reasons of infidelity. 2 forgivable reasons. If you're talking, just raise your hand. I gave you 9 reasons. You shouldn't forgive 7. 2 are forgivable. So I want you to pick the 2 for me. Let me see whether you know it. Nobody is raising hand. No, you can't say no. Well, I take it from you. I need a brother to be the second person. Yes. Which brother is representing the brotherhood there? Which brother is representing the brotherhood? Okay, let me get a microphone to that sister. Okay?
Okay, sir, the question is that do you want that they can forgive, right? In marriage or in relationship?
In relationship or marriage?
Okay, I think you are not enough. Yes. Actually, to me, because if you tell me that I'm not enough, I will just let him go, just like you said. Then
No, I'm saying that the one that you can forgive and stay. Do you get it? Okay. Wait.
Praise God. From the 9 you mentioned,
okay.
The one that is forgivable for my part is I did it for the money and it was an accident.
Wow. You did it for the money and it was an accident. Okay. So a brother. So a sister will understand if you do it for the money. All right. So brothers cannot forgive unfaithfulness.
Praise God. I think I will pick. It was an accident.
Okay. Another one. That's the only one.
I can pick. The rest is.
Okay. So I need another brother to say something. Give us another option. Okay.
Okay, I'll go for it was an accident,
Okay.
and I was seduced. Even though ladies cannot be seduced, but I'll still go for that. Well, I believe ladies cannot be seduced, so that's.
Okay. Okay. Is anybody saying something at the back? Okay, let's hear the point. What are you trying to prove there? Okay.
All right, praise God. So I just want to counter what they are saying.
Okay.
He said it is an accident.
Okay.
Accidentally, you have your clothes. Accidentally, you move your bed. Now, which kind of accident be that? Because I do not understand. Even if you are wearing boxers, accidentally you move your boxers. So to me, I don't see anyone.
There is no accident.
Nothing here that can be.
You know what? I was deliberate about telling you that there are two, so that you can look for the two possible ones. All are bad, all are unacceptable. But if at all you will forgive unfaithfulness, I'm not saying that as in you want to. If at all, under any circumstance, you have to forgive unfaithfulness, pick the two that you can forgive. So, one brother said accident, another brother said accident, another brother cancel accident. So, the seduced part, is anybody canceling the seduction part? That he was seduced or she was seduced? Any point? Listen, do you know that what we are discussing here, it's a normal trait in relationships in our generation? Normal. It's because you are in church, all these things you are saying, can you accidentally remove your clothes? It's because it's here. And there are some people here that are not there. They are here, but they're not there. They branch there and they are here. They know what we're talking about. It's a normal occurrence outside the church. The level of unfaithfulness is almost written everywhere. Give me the list again. Let me start explaining to you the meaning of those words. And I'll tell you the ones that I don't want you. Once someone gives that impression, it doesn't have to be sex. They avoid spending time with you to spend time with someone else, opposite sex. They are saying to you that they don't want you. Don't force yourself on them. Good night. I'm too tired. I want to sleep. Love you. Bye, bye, bye. And then 4 hours later, brother is still online, chatting with someone else. If you found out, he is telling you that you are not enough. I don't want you. I want someone else. I can be tired of you, but I'm still not tired with someone else. Sometimes what we call cheating is when somebody has sex with another person. No. Infidelity is different from adultery. Infidelity is when you're spending time, emotional time, and attention with someone of an opposite sex at the expense of the person you are in relationship with or at the expense of the person you are married to is called infidelity. It doesn't have to lead to sex. You can check your dictionary. There's a difference between adultery and infidelity. What's the second option? You are not enough. I mistakenly kissed somebody and I've been kissing you. You are not enough. I could, the same thing I'm doing with you, I could do with someone else. It means you are not enough. I would prefer to share this emotion, this devotion with several ladies, not just you. If any man or any woman makes you feel like you are not enough, you shouldn't stay with such people because you cannot upgrade yourself for someone else. Number 3. I'm not ready for monogamy. Some men will tell you to your face, so you expect me to only be with you? Have you heard that before? That you expect me to only be with you? There are many women than men everywhere. So what will happen to the extra women? Some men are not ready for monogamy. You see, that subtle mindset is being pushed in our generation. You're hearing it on social media. David has polygamy. Abraham, polygamy. In fact, I saw one analysis. They said all the polygamous men in the scripture, they found favor before God. And all the monogamies suffered. Didn't you read it? Although it's not absolute. I can give them Ananias and Sapphira. No, I can give them Priscilla and Aquila. Because they mentioned Ananias and Sapphira as well. Some men are not ready for monogamy. It's not about you. They can't stay with one woman. And they have resolved in their hearts that they are not going to stay with one woman. They have. So you can't forgive someone who tells you that, do you expect me to be with only you? What number are we now? Number 4. What did he say? I cannot. When I see a woman like this, run. Oh. There's nothing else to tell you, just run. Because such a person can see your cousin. Such a person can see your younger or elder sister. If a man cannot control his sexual urge, it's not a problem, it's not a cross for you to carry. It's a cross for you to take back to Jesus and ask him to give you a softer cross. No, you don't forgive those things. Next one. Accident. Let's keep accident first. Next one. I did it for the money is another word for prostitution. Every time there is an opportunity to be paid money for sex, they are willing to exchange it. That's the meaning of I did it for money. So you shouldn't overlook someone who says I did it for the money. If you give them 1 million, another person give them 2 million, they will sleep with that person. Next one. I'm in charge. That's a dysfunctional upbringing. There are some people that feels like until they are able to take someone down, they don't feel like a complete man. They feel like sleeping with more women gives them something like a feel like they have conquered cities. So they want to keep conquering. You understand? Such mindset towards sex is not just dangerous, it's damaging. You shouldn't be around a man who feels like, and he's saying it with so much pride. To him, he's conquering them by sleeping with them. That's the meaning of what? I'm in charge. The next one. I know you are knowing the ones you can't forgive now. I was seduced. Let's keep it. Next one. Sex maniac is what we see in the Equatorial Guinea man. It's on sex rampage. It's not going to stop anytime soon. This result is 399 videos, 400 videos of different women, wives, See, it's not normal. We're not talking about you. We're not talking about a man with weaknesses. We're talking about a man who is on the loose for demonic operation. No explanation. Leave the narratives of the world. He's endowed. He has the ability. He knows how to do it. It's not true. At least I know sex a little. At least if you are not married up to the age I'm married, you know I know sex more than you. What brings about sexual satisfaction is not those things you see in pornographic videos. If I want me to teach you sex, I'll teach you. But let your wedding date be close so that your mind can be helped. But that's not true. That's not true. All those narratives are not true. They're not. The man needs help. One of the narratives I saw online, they said they arranged for sex operations where husbands will bring wives. And then all of them will have sex with all the wives of all the husbands. So if 5 husbands come and 5 wives come, the 5 men will stay here. And each of them will have sex with the 5 wives. The 5 husbands will have sex with the 5 wives. All together in the same place. But that's the man you are trying to analyze online. And you see, you don't know anything about it. It's not a product of, maybe the wife should forgive the husband. They don't belong here. We can't talk about them because what they do, the scripture says, is difficult to describe. That's not who we are. We can't build our narrative on people who are completely off the standard of our God. That's not the problem. But can a man or woman fall into sexual error through seduction? Yes. Can seduction be forgiven? Yes. Why? Because seduction is only possible when there are vulnerabilities. And vulnerabilities are possibilities because there are carelessness. Some people are careless. They believe so much in their ability to say no. So they put themselves in compromising situations because they think they can fall. Well, some people are like that. Anywhere they go. The time I saw that is a possibility, I wasn't married. I was on campus. I think I was doing my master's. Then a lady that we served together came to visit me. She was working in Lagos, so she came to audit a company in Ife. So she just called me. Oh, Pastor, I'm in Ife. I said, I'm around too. Said, I came to audit some companies. I came from my company in Lagos. And so I'll be lodging at, what's the name of this hotel? In Ife. Cameron Hotel. So she told me, she said, okay, you can come around and visit. I said, fine, I will come. So I dressed up and I went. Everything was good. We served together, we were close, nothing. It was gospel, godly friendship. So there was nothing to worry about. So when I went visiting, when I got there, she came to meet me downstairs. Oh, Pastor Thomas, so we hugged. How are you and everything? And that's okay. My room is upstairs, so I started following. So when we were climbing the staircase, I didn't feel anything. Everything was good. When she opened the door of the room and I entered and she closed the door, and I realized that it was the 2 of us alone in the hotel room. The bed is big, white bed sheet, everywhere painted white, and the atmosphere seemed comfortable. That was when I realized that it was wrong. Never thought about it until I entered the room. Now, that's a compromising situation. The moment she opened the door and closed it, I was still standing thinking of where to sit down, whether on the couch or on the bed. You understand? She just went to the bed, jumped on the bed, and then covered herself with clothes. On the TV and said, Pastor Mouse, you want to watch anything? Watch again. I said, let's go downstairs. I said, I'm hungry. It's okay, let me call the kitchen. So she called the kitchen. I was standing, I couldn't sit down. It was until I entered the room, I didn't understand that there is an atmosphere that is different. So I said, let's eat something. So she called the kitchen. Said they ordered for food. I told them what I wanted to eat. Said, should they bring it upstairs or should we go and eat it at the restaurant? I said, let's go to the restaurant. The moment we step out of the room, as we opened the door of the hotel room, I met a brother coming. Whether he knows me or not, he was just looking straight into my eyes. Thoughts. So I didn't have to. I just walked past him. A beneficial going for. So I walked straight down to the restaurant downstairs. We sat down. We ate, we talked for almost 2 hours, catching up on old time's sake and all of that. And from the restaurant, I left. When I was leaving, I was thinking, as a man of God, why did I put myself? Nothing happened. But that situation was just too wrong. Some people will think that when there's nothing, I don't send anybody. So far, my conscience is pure. No, it's not just your conscience we're talking about. There's an atmosphere that can make you fall, even when your heart is right. And that's what we mean by, okay, what if I was seduced? In that room, if I was careless enough to bounce on the bed, even though I had pure intentions, something might happen. I give excuses for seduction because many believers are naive. Sometimes you don't even know that what you're doing is dangerous until you almost fall for it. So the second one was an accident. I said, you can't accidentally have sex. Who told you? People that have had sex before marriage, it was an accident. They didn't know. Some of them were not even ready for it. They found out they were doing assignment together. They were writing projects together, final year projects. And both of them sit down, one there, one here. They walk. 11 p.m., there is still light. So there's no need to go to your room. You just stay there. Pass the night working on the project. By 3 a.m., you roll like this because you're tired. The other person too roll like this because he's tired. And NEPA took light. That was the night rain decided to fall. Okay. All right. You can use this link to send in your questions in case you want to send anonymous question. You don't want us to know who is asking, but you want to ask something very, very, is that correct? You want to ask something very, very personal. You can use the link. We'll get the questions and we're going to treat them as such. There's something about gender equality that the church and the world system have argued about. The church believes that something about gender equality, and the world believes that something about it. Most believers believe that gender equality is demonic. And then most people outside the church believe that gender equality is a way to go. All right? Not in the tone of feminism and the likes. But there's something I want you to see about what gender equality truly means. So I'm going to give you a definition, dictionary definition of gender equality. So in every relationship, this thing must be present. Otherwise, it is not a good relationship. That means it's dysfunctional. Gender equality implies that the interests, needs, and priorities of both women and men are taken into consideration, thereby recognizing the diversity of different groups of women and men. Gender equality is not a woman's issue, but should concern and fully engage men as well as women. Understanding that we are different. Fundamentally, a man is different from a woman. What is important to a man may not be important to a woman. That's gender equality. Not that a man is equal to a woman. So whatever I do in this relationship, you too, you must do. And all this feminism, you are doing gender equality. No, that's not it at all. Gender equality is you recognizing the difference. A woman is different from a man. When you enter the salon, sir, to barb your hair, how much do they charge you? 2,000. When you want to make this hair that you made, how much did you spend? Just give us the average. No, to buy the attachment, to make it and everything. Yes. Give me a range. Minimum of 10K. She's a modest person. Minimum. I don't want to ask my wife. Well, 2K. It will take you 5 times to meet up with the minimum here. And that 2K is the maximum. The truth is, in a relationship, you must understand that a man is different from a woman. You must understand. There's something like 50-50. In some situations, the woman will get 80%, 70% of some things in that relationship because her gender requires more of it. And then in some situations too, the man gets more percentage because his gender requires it more than that of a woman. That's gender equality. Understanding that we are different. There are some married men. They will tell their wife, why are you always buying clothes? No, a man can put on one jean 6 times before washing it. A woman does not. That's you understanding the difference in the gender. When a woman wears clothes once, she wants to wash it. While she's washing that one, she wants to wear another one. There's a way a man appears that he doesn't care. As far as he's changing the top, he doesn't care what you are looking at on the jean. A woman will change both at the same time. That's gender difference. So if you're in a relationship that a man keep reminding you that even me, I've not bought one shirt, you're asking for 2. That means the man does not understand that gender equality requires that you understand the difference in the gender and what we need. Don't let any man shut you down because they feel you are excessive in your way of life. Are you excessive? If you have to make air twice in, how often do you make air? Once what? Once a what? Once a month. It depends on what? It depends on the mood. If the mood is ready for change, how often do you make your hair in a month? Once or twice. So how often do you visit the salon? Once a month. Okay, once in 3 weeks to spend 2K. See, when he gets married, he must tell himself that the woman is different from him. So if your wife wants to visit once in 3 weeks and ask for 25,000, don't say, 25,000, what I use 2,000 to do? Will be one get low court. No! You have to understand that that's gender equality. Understanding that both of you are not the same. You are different. Respecting that difference helps you a lot. As a man, you have to understand it. So you won't fight your wife. You will respect the difference. If you're not seeing that in your relationship, you're in a dysfunctional relationship. If you're not in a relationship where your partner understands that you're a woman, if you're not in a relationship where your partner understands that you're a man, there are some things that are very important to a man. If a man tells you that I need to get a particular phone. No, at my workplace, all my colleagues use this type of phone. I'm not saying I want to buy the phone because of my colleagues, but I feel like this is the type of phone I should use now. Don't say, but no! If it feels like that as a man, if he says it to you, respect the fact that he's saying it. There's something conflicting with his ego that needs to be addressed in the context of that phone. Let him buy it. Don't say that's wasteful. 900,000 naira to buy a phone. What will you be doing with the phone? Let him go for it. Women can't understand. Sometimes they don't understand how a man feels when it comes to acquiring assets. Sometimes to a man is not to prove a point. To a man is to attain a height. Something tells him within that he's lower than his peers and he needs to brace up. If you cut down the ego of a man, you will eventually not be married to a man but a woman. Yes. If you remove ego from a man, you have not found a man. Because what makes him a man is that part of him that gives him the confidence to lead. So if a woman says, I don't like this shoe I'm wearing to work. Don't say, babe, you have 6 other shoes? No, she doesn't like all of them. Buy new ones. So, no, babe, this one, you haven't even worn it twice. Buy another one. Now, what am I going to say? Whatever is important to a gender may not be important to another gender. But you become balanced when you respect your partner and their gender. But some people look at their partner in the lens of their own gender. So they expect their partner to be exactly like them. It's a dysfunctional relationship when you force your gender rights on another partner. Except if you're in a gay relationship. If you're not, you should respect your partner in that way. I think I want to put a stop to my teaching this afternoon, and I invite Pastor Adetayo Thomas. If you're not clapping for my wife, you're wrong. To handle the questions and the answer time.
Thank you, sir. You know, I promised you this morning that tables will be broken. Tables that are 3 legs, 2 legs, 1.5 leg. You know, you have been patching, pushing, pulling. Whether it's pulling you, whether you are pulling, we will break the tables. I will still break more in the question and answer session. You know, I wanted us to make this as freely as we can, and that's why we came up with this anonymous question link. So please, if you want to ask your question right now, you can raise your hand. If you want to write it in a paper, you can please write it in a paper. But if you don't want people to know you're the one asking the question, you can please send this to this link. I think I've received one already. Am I right? Media, have you seen it? Because I've seen it from my hand. There's a question here already, and I'm going to be doing it. Do we have anyone I want to ask question physically? Okay, so I'm going to be doing it, one here, one there. If you are watching online on YouTube, please, you can use the link to ask your question. I want everyone to be carried along. See, you shouldn't be in a dysfunctional relationship. What does it mean for a relationship to be dysfunctional? Pastor has given us the traits, the signs, the things to look out for. It simply means something is not working properly. It simply means that relationship is not the way it should be. It should be better. So please be free to ask your question. I'm going to give us number now. So let me see the hands again. Okay, so Honor number 1, Mary number 2, number 3. Who was raising? I have 3 hands. I think there were more than that before. Please let me see your hand. You want to ask your question. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Okay, so while the rest are either typing or writing, let's take number 1.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Okay, thank you, sir. But the question I want to ask is this. You said something like, in trying to balance this dignity thing in a relationship, even when it's like, it seems like the other partner has more, less more than so. But, so how do you request for something and in a relationship without you feeling less, without breaking the dignity, you just set the balance for that, the dignity balance, so to speak. Okay, you know this person can help you actually do this thing, or let's say you know this person can help you get, there's something you need to do, or there's something you need to get, and you know with the assistance of this person you can actually get it. But how do you now balance asking or making that request without actually feeling less?
Without losing your dignity. How do you ask your partner for help without feeling less of yourself? Okay, do we have question 2? Okay, now you want to ask a question. That will be number 4. I think I've received more questions on the anonymous link. So let's have question 2. Please, somebody write it down for me. Please, thank you.
Okay. My question is from the first point of dysfunctional relationship.
Okay.
Of having a time-bound relationship. So there are different real-life experiences with that point that I don't want to be confused about. For example, sometimes they say you should go to a relationship with an open mind without pressuring your partner about is the relationship going to lead to marriage or not. That you should use the early stage of the relationship to get to know each other. Then try and see the qualities that are in the person if it is a relationship that is worthy of marriage. But here now we are saying from the beginning we should have a time-bound relationship as to so that you can hold yourself and you have a time that okay at this time in the next two years we'll be in marriage, then I don't have to hold myself any longer, just to give your mind a reason to keep going. So I want to ask that in such cases that you are trying to be time bound from the beginning of the relationship, would I not be seen as a desperate person? That's number one. Number two, okay, so if we have considered...
I'll answer that question immediately. I don't want to forget what I want to say, so I'll answer it immediately.
Okay, so if we have considered the end point of the relationship from the get-go, that, okay, in the next 3 years we are getting married, along the way, what if it did not work out? Because a relationship that from the beginning, we have set our mind that we are getting married, that means that, as Pastor has said, we should not give our all, but we are giving all necessary requirements to make the relationship work towards marriage. And at the end of the day, it didn't work out. Like, that would be so disappointing and hard to, like, get out from at the end.
Okay, so what's the question?
So the question is, how do I, like, make it time bound and at the same time not be disappointed?
I'm not give your all. How do I
I'm not giving
put
my all.
marriage in? No, question one. How do I make it time bound and not look desperate? Question two. How do I have marriage in view and not give my all or not be disappointed? Do I get it? You can explain.
In case it did not work out, like, what if it did not now work out after giving it a time bound, putting every resources in that is supposed to make it work out, but one thing or the other, it did not work out. We cannot be certain of everything in life.
You got it. Okay, so sit down. Should I just get every question? I'm thinking of answering that one. That number one that you ask. Okay, so you've heard before that you should be open-minded in relationship. Am I right? You should be open-minded, see if it will lead to marriage, and then go to marriage. If it doesn't lead to marriage, go to another one, and then be open-minded, see if it will lead to marriage, and if it doesn't, go to another one. Okay. I'm preaching another gospel. And the gospel is use friendship to understand the person. Don't use your relationship to understand somebody. Somebody you have not understood, don't start a relationship with the person. If somebody comes to you as a brother that just saw you in church and love at first sight, tell the brother, please, can we be friends first? Can we keep this relationship thing for some time later? Can we just get to know each other? See, the reason why people get so hot in relationship is when there's a breakup is because you didn't look before you leap. So friendship is a time for you to look. Leaping is that relationship. So relationship must be purposeful. There's no purpose in I want to understand him. That's not a purpose for relationship. It's a purpose for friendship. You must have understood the person you are in a relationship with. Trying to know the person in relationship is a dysfunction. Because people can package relationship. People can pretend for 3 years. And the next time they say, is it the person? I didn't know that was the way you were, or when we were cutting. No. Be friend with the person you are going to be in a relationship with. Build friendship. Friendship is the bedrock of every lasting relationship. In marriage, you will need it. Be friends. Get to know that person in friendship. You know that there's this brother that he doesn't come early to anything. You already know him in friendship. So marriage and relationship will not frustrate you. You know that if he has exam, you will be the one to even wake him up as a friend. You can't get in situation with that kind of person and be frustrated. Except if you are not thinking. Because you already see the signs in the friendship. You could cope with it. I believe that was why you went ahead to relationship. So relationship should be purposeful, and the purpose should be marriage. I don't practice open-ended relationship. It doesn't help anybody. It won't help your mind. It won't help the brother's mind. You will be too agitated, too nervous. Hey, what if not? What if not? Let the what if and what if not end in friendship. Enter relationship with, I love you, I can see a future with you. You can't see a future with me, we are going nowhere. You can see a future, then let's sit down and start building. Does that make you desperate? No, it makes you a purposeful person. It makes you focused. It makes you intelligent. It makes you smart. You are not wasting your time with guys. I am going this road with you because I am thinking marriage. See me as desperate. Go for girls who can waste their time, not me. Because time is life. The 2 months, the 3 months you are spending, sending I love you, you broke up. Another guy, 3 months, 1 year, 2 years, you broke up. Another guy, you are. At the end of the day, such women, such men becomes emotionally battered. And it's not good for your marriage. Because you will start blaming on people that did not hurt you. At the end of the day, you won't have faith in relationship again. You would have lost trust in men. You will say men has come, but it's your fault. It's your fault. So think marriage in relationship. Think marriage. There is no relationship without marriage. Don't ever let everybody deceive you. If you are just trying to know each other, don't know me in relationship. Know me in friendship. If you can't know me in friendship, don't know me at all. Because I want to be. So it's not being desperate. It's just being purposeful. I think I cleared that. Do we understand? Yes, ma'am. Having marriage in view in every relationship is very, very important. If it's not leading to marriage, don't start. If the brother say, let's see how it goes. We are going nowhere. Let's see how it goes from now. Don't waste my time. Any man that tells you let's see how it goes is planning to build with you a dysfunctional relationship. Because the person will not commit 100%. You are seeing how it goes. So why commit? Why make commitment? Let's see how it goes from now. Marriage should be in view. And thinking marriage does not make you desperate. It makes you focused. Now, your question 2 says that, so how do I have marriage in view and not give my all? Or after giving my all and not be disappointed, be heartbroken? You can have marriage, you can talk marriage, plan marriage, and still not give your all. You can. You can plan towards settling down. It does not automatically, a promise of marriage is not marriage. There are 2 different things. It is possible to set out to get married to somebody and it still will not work out. Yes, it is possible. But you would know from the get-go that, because relationship takes 2 people that are willing, not people that are forced. So because you sat down and said that I can see a future with you, does not mean even you as a lady will get down after some months and feel like, I don't think, say, I feel I do this in marriage. I thought, say, I know this guy. But this Syria they see. I don't feel do. And then you rethink your decision. So it's not because you didn't set out to look at marriage in view, but there are still some red flags you will still discover in a relationship that you must still run from. So because we have set out to marry this person, doesn't mean we must die there. No, don't die there. So what am I saying? It looks like I'm contradicting myself, but I'm not. I am saying set out with marriage in view, but don't lock your destiny up with a man or a woman. Always be ready to flee. So you met this guy in friendship, you are good, the guy is just amazing, knows how to call you every night and every morning to say, hello, how are you doing? The guy, he's just there, he's intelligent, he's smart, but you did not know that the people that have his remote control are in their village. That when they press it, heaven and earth must respond. And then you look at yourself. Is this guy willing to change? No. Mommy and daddy controls him. Babe, can we go out today? Let me ask my mom. Babe, can we hang out tomorrow? I'm coming. I'll get back to you. What are you doing? I want to check if my dad approves. And I asked myself, can I do this in marriage? The answer should be no, but in case you want to do, it's okay. I don't know for how long. So that is that about that. You can still have marriage in view and not give your all. And even if it won't work out, you still will not be broken. But you know that you didn't set out on a timeless and boundless relationship with anybody. I think Pastor will shed more light later. Who is the 3rd person? Okay, please, let's have a question. I know there's a first question I'm holding on. Yes.
Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Praise the living Jesus.
Hallelujah.
Please, may I have 2 questions?
Okay.
Number 1, pertaining to the program today, and number 2, personal question. So, my first question is, yes, sir, when you're trying to explain a relationship, we talked about when you're trying to spend on a lady, it should be balanced. As explained for the lady, a lady should spend also too. So, in a way where you are in a friendship, not a relationship. You are in a friendship with someone as a guy, and this girl that you are seeing as a friend, to you guys are friends, not in relationship. So she's someone that she used to give you a lot of things. Even before you asked, she'll be like, oh, do you need this, do you need that, and all of that. In my mind, I'm like, okay. And you yourself feel like this lady, you are not in any relationship. You should not spend for her. So, what as a girl, what should you do? As a question first. Because you're in a relationship with her, and there's
You
no
get this question? You got the question, okay.
there's no strange attachment, nothing. But you guys are just free-minded. But she's saying that even if you don't ask, she will give you, she'll be asking, okay, do you need this, do you need that? And in your mind, like, hope she will be feeling bad that you are not trying to do the same way she is, but you guys are not in a relationship.
You are not in relationship.
Just number 4. That's number 1.
Okay. She's the giver. Okay, question 2.
But question 2, that's a personal question. So can I ask her? Not pertaining to you.
No. Yes.
All right, sir. The last time I met you, when you were preaching at family house, I wanted to ask, but there was no time. When you were preaching to ladies, because the program was for ladies, you asked a question that how many ladies can truly say it out that they want to marry a pastor? And nobody raised up their hand. So before the program, I have this mindset that why is it that most people have, even personally, before you said it, friends, I used to ask them personally. 80% of them will say no. And I'll be like, you have pastors, you have God's general, and they're married, and they're looking good, fine, nothing. Even our pastors, they're fine, things are going well. But I just feel like, is it that when it's a pastor's a bad thing or what? Because most people will be like, no. If you ask them, okay, how many years you married to Jesus? Yeah, I'm not married a pastor. Like, is there something in me that you need to be cleared? That's my question. Thank you so much.
I am ready to recruit pastors' wives today. All right, I think that I can see 2 more hands. So 4, 5. Please, I'm going to soon close physical asking. If you don't raise up your hand now, I will close it. You have to go and post it on an anonymous link. And very soon we'll close that link because the questions there are already. So we'll soon close that link too. So please stop thinking about the question. Ask. Should I ask a brother out? Ask. I can give you people how to ask a brother out. I have tips. The brother will have no choice but to come and ask you out. All right, let me have the question.
Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Okay, actually, I have 2 questions. The first question is, okay, you have this supernatural relationship, friendship with one. You know that this friendship is supernatural and it is with opposite gender, right? And you guys decided to, okay, you are friends already, decided to go into a relationship. But at the end of the day, it didn't work out. Now, that particular friendship, is it advisable that one cut it off? Because when you tried, going into a relationship with each other, it didn't work out. But not forgetting that it was a supernatural friendship already. So that's the first question. Now, the second question is, you are friends with someone, opposite gender also, and then anytime you guys have issues, most times it tries to shy away from it and, move back. And you're the one always trying to, ease up the issue and call him to solve everything. Now, the question is, do you continue doing that? Do you continue apologizing, even if you're not the one at fault, or you just break off from that friendship? That's my question.
I feel like answering that second question, but I'll hold myself. All right, let's have the last question for this physical act, love devotion. Last love devotion for 2024. All right, Grace Manuel.
Okay, I was trying to hide this question from us before, but I feel like it's something that I can let out too. When I was growing up, I think it's something that is much more that we can find in the word system, so to say. But now I think it is more rampant in Daughter of Zion. I mean, amidst the Daughter of Zion, how that it's a very disheartening thing at the end of the day, because hearing from what pastor say today, that you see sister telling you that one of my what's language of love, or what
Love language.
love language is that gifting. You know,
Gifts.
Yeah. So you can see. so you know, balancing with what Popsy just explained to us about giving all the time. I mean, to the brother and you know the sister. The balancing is not there for the sister to give
Back to the brothers.
You know, to the extent that even if the brother is celebrating his birthday, the sister will not even give a thought of but she singlet or bio or something. You know, I've seen so much. So, do you think? And okay, now let me balance it. And it's not as if the sister is one kind, like talking about a spiritual level, but it's just this giving aspect. I would
This
say
sister is
that
spiritual. She's a child of God, but she doesn't know how to give. But she said that love language is gift.
Yes, so-
That's a lie. So how do you know somebody's love language? You know somebody's love language because they want. That is how they express love. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So if my love language is act of service, I won't be looking for one how do they call it? One man I want to turn into a slave while I sit down and stretch my leg and say, oh, babe, could you please help me? You know my love language is act of service. Can't you just do this for me? You're just lazy, my sister. Your love language is not act of service. You're just looking for a good English to package laziness. So if my love language is gift, how you will know is that I will give you more gifts. That is how I feel loved, and that is the only way I know to express love. So the way I want to receive love is naturally, unconsciously, the way I give love. So somebody come and say, my love language is gift, and you know my own gift. Tell the sister, you're just materialistic. That's your problem. Your problem is not love language. Call a spade. You just like to collect. You don't like to give. You need to be more spiritual. The inside may not be as spiritual as you are saying. Maybe she's just religious. She likes to pray in tongues. But there's a part of that sister that... So some ladies believe that they should always be received. That's the way they were brought up. Some ladies were brought up to believe that men should always give them. I am going to blame their upbringing. It's not their fault. They have not been taught any better. So we have to, as a brother in that kind of relationship, you have to let the sister know. Like, babe, you can even just, do you know what my friend's girlfriend bought for him? You need to see the Prado Jeep that she gave to him on his birthday. Talk about it like it's a big deal. Hear what she's going to say. Let him say, why is she buying him a gift? Doesn't he have enough? No. It's only when a guy does not have that you buy him gift. You buy gift to show that you love. How can you love somebody and not be able to give the person something? For God so loved the world that he gave. What is love without giving? I don't know the kind of love you are practicing. That want to just take. That is a parasite. That relationship is dysfunctional. It's plastic in nature. You can't be in a relationship and not be able to give your partner anything, no matter how small. Am I saying go and rob a bank? No. I am saying let them see a gesture from you that says, I love you. I can make a sacrifice for you. I can save up my allowance to get you a birthday gift, even if it is once or twice a year. Shell. Yes, you can save up. If you are the one that want to buy a trainer, you know how to save up for it. If you are the one that needs a human hair, wig, you know how to save up for it. But to buy gift for the person you love, you don't know how to do it. That is not love. Love gives always. Not your body, please. Emphasis on not your body. All right, do you have any other physical question? I think I've closed that. Yes, and then I have one question here written. And I'm going to try to run through the question. I want Pastor to say something about most. Okay, so I've just been told that we have. Please, can we close the link? Can we close the link for the anonymous question. They said the questions are becoming overwhelming. Because I want us to leave here today. So, yeah, I think we have about... This person has to see me personally. Tips on how to ask a guy out is a lie. I'll not tell you on anonymous. You will come and meet me or say it here. Want to see your face. So that the brother can know that you're trying to ask him out. All right, so this question says, before starting a relationship, is it necessary for one to check the person's tribe? If you mean tribe, you mean probably where the person came from, the person's background. Okay, so the reason why, you know, I want to say in the olden days, but not so olden like that, just a few generations away, apart, like some decades ago, if anybody is going to get married, your parents will go and ask about the family house of that person. I don't know if they still do it now, but I don't think it's not so popular anymore. They ask because there are patterns to look out for. Okay, so this person has written out the question again. This person is serious. All right, so I'm going to answer it. So they do that because they want to understand patterns in the family. They want to understand the kind of thing that grows in that family. They want to know what to prepare for. They want to understand, for me, I would say understand what to break. The kind of war to plan for. The kind of armor to wear. So they check the background, they check the town, they will tell you don't marry from this person. It is based on their experiences from that particular part of the country. So it's necessary, it's not a bad thing, but where the person came from may not determine who the person is. The person can come from a particular place where they do a particular thing and not be that thing. I am a living example of that. When I tell people that my husband is from, I want to hear the place, it's from Zion. See the way you are quiet. When I tell people that my husband is from Ijebu, they be like, Ijebu people are always stingy. It's a lie. Do I have witnesses? My husband is still one of the most generous men I have met in my life. That I have met in my life. My husband is the most generous person I've met. I've not met any other one like him. So what I'm trying to say is that it is okay to know, but don't base your judgment. Don't judge the person with where they came from. Judge the person on who they are. Do you understand the difference? Know where they came from, yes, because it helps you to know how to build your defense. If somebody came from, they used to say, I don't know who is from Ogumosho here. Ogumosho, you're from Ogumosho. I used to hear that, okay, I can see, okay, oh, you are a lady, guys. They said that they used to be very, very stubborn. So, if you are married from Ogumosho, Ekiti, the women, they used to be very, very stubborn too. If you are married from Ogumosho, you prepare your mind that, what if he's stubborn? To face it. You can now meet the guy and he's so humble, he's so teachable, but you will be fighting him based on your knowledge of Ogumosho. It will be wrong. So after you know it, what do you do with it? Leave it aside and study the person you're in a relationship with and judge that person based on who they are, not where they came from. Okay, so I have another question written out. Okay, so this is the question on how can you ask a guy out as a lady? Why are you saying her? If I say it, all of you will listen, no? And all of you will practice it. And then you're saying her now. Should I just see the person in camera and not say it out? Shank, but they want to hear. So you have a guy that you really like, and you are convinced. Let me take it spiritual. You are convinced that God has said that this is your husband. Yes, you can have a guy like that. that God has told you, you are so convinced, you have seen the signs, your purpose are aligned, everything is just in sync, but this guy is not seeing you. And you are even friends. But he tells you about all the girls he's asking us. I said, ask me out now. Ask me out now. And then you are giving the advice. You are giving the advice. You are the one saying, let's buy this gift for her on her birthday. But in your heart, what you are crying. I knew a shame. But I don't marry your husband after another lady. I pity you. So what do you do? Number one. Tip one, go and pray. Go and pray. If that man is spiritual, if that man has a relationship with God, then God can reveal you to him. Number two, talk. I'm not saying ask him out to. Have a communication, open discussion, conversation on who you want to marry. Tell him all the qualities that he has. Gist. Tell him that, do you know that? Do you know that? Do you know that? You know, just start the conversation. Do you know that? You know he's your friend. He's your friend before. I'm not going to go and walk up to a stranger and tell him he's your friend. You talk. You guys talk on a regular. What are you going to do? Do you know that I like guys that dresses well? You can even look for one celebrity that looks like him or that he looks like. I said, that I like guys that knows how to dress, that has good dress sense. I like guys that are into tech. The guys into tech. I like guys that are into tech. You know, I like guys that know deep things about God. The guys know deep things about God. Just have a. Maybe to you tell you about the babe. Tell him about the guy of your dream too now. If the guy has sense, he will catch. If he doesn't catch, pray that God show you another person. If he doesn't have sense. Then number three. After you have shared with him the things you like about guys and he's still not catching the vibe, show him the value in you that he will be missing if he doesn't marry you. There is no guy that can close his eyes to value. There is no guy. I don't know if you are a guy here, you see a value around you and then you close your eyes to it. Let me see your hand. You prefer to go for the container, not the content. For you. And then number four, don't stop dressing like your problem. Maybe the guy don't think because you're not dressing well. Have good dress sense. Dress well, be beautiful. Look at what is attracting him to the ladies is discussing with you. And try to adopt some of these things. Please, remember the first thing. You have confirmed that is the one God has in mind for you. You are only trying to catch his attention in the physical. Catch it in the spiritual by praying. Then dress well. Not when he's coming, you're on slippers. When he's coming to see you, no, you can't. Why would you do that? Are you married to him? You want to distract the brother's destiny? You're always on slippers and one faded t-shirt with one torn trousers. The guy cannot even see his wife in you. The guy is coming to visit you. Let him say, are you going out? No. Can't I look good? Is it a crime to look good? When the guy is coming to visit you, dress well. Look like somebody can take out. Stop looking like you are too familiar with the brother. That's the problem. Don't be too familiar with him. Package yourself well. Let him be able to see his future in you. Dress like the future that he wants to be. He wants to be with. All right, and then the other things, if that does not work, come and see me. Let me have the first question.
Okay, so how do you ask for help from your partner without feeling less of yourself? That's an honest question.
Okay, how do you ask for help from your partner without feeling less of yourself? So, it's not a crime to ask for help in a relationship, but it's a crime to always be the one that needs help. Do we get the difference? Don't be in a relationship with somebody that you can't freely talk to when you are in complete deep need. But don't talk to that person like without them your life will crash. have a conversation. Okay, let's assume that I need a phone so badly, and I know my fiancé has the capacity to buy me a phone. I don't lay demand. He's not my husband. You know, I let him understand that I have a plan. Do you have a plan for your life? That need that you have, do you have a plan for it? Let him step in as an intervention. Don't let him be your plan. Have a plan outside your partner. Don't make your partner your plan. They will soon make you will soon become a burden to them, not a burden bearer. Don't make yourself a liability before you even get married. Every problem is on their table. Every need is on their table. What if you're not, in fact, they will soon run away from you because they are overwhelmed already. Your sister's school fees on their table. Your brother's house rent on their table. Your parents' new car on their table. The brother will run. The brothers, if you will not run, let me see your hand. You will not run from such lady and say, am I the one that will take care of the family problem? So everybody is going to run from that. So what do? Have a plan. You want to get a new phone, let him know that, I'm working on the contract now, and I'm planning to save the money up for my phone. Oh, and he will ask you, oh, that's good. How much do you have in your savings already? Oh, I have 150. The phone I like is about 180. Let him surprise you. And you know, some guys can be so thoughtful that they will buy you the whole phone because they are happy that you have a plan. Not that you are asking them, you're not buying me my phone, and he's changing phone every month. He's not buying me my phone. See, you just bought a new shirt. You are whining, you are nagging, you are ranting. The brother is feeling like the brother even needs help. So please, and then look out for, once he is stepping to help you once, look out for opportunities to help him too. Let him see you help him also. Let him feel like this relationship is mutually beneficial. It's not just one party always getting help from the other party. So it's not wrong to ask for help, but it is wrong to always be the one in need of help and not have a plan. Question 2.
Okay, so he has a friend that gives, a lady that gives so much in friendship. How do you respond to that giving?
Maybe that sister is trying to ask you out. You don't even know. Because no giving is purposeless. So, especially for ladies. He's always giving you things. Maybe it's the cue. Brother, please. See the green lights. Maybe that star is saying, ask me out now. You can see that I'm not taking anything from you. I would have told my love from you to ask me out. Please listen to the cue of this sister and ask the sister out. But if you don't have interest in that sister, please and please, put a stop to this gift. If you can't put a stop to it, reciprocate. As he's giving you, she's giving you, you are giving her. If you have interest in the sister, ask her out. If you don't have interest in the sister, tell her, should I give? No, don't worry, I've sorted it. Oh, should I have something at home that I can give you? Oh, no, please, thank you very much. Don't worry, I can handle that, thank you. Because a girl that's always giving you something, day in, and you are comfortable as a brother collecting it day in, day out. I'm afraid, though. Because if it is another brother, you are bringing it here now, we are in church, we can make adjustments. Some brothers outside, we just use such ladies and dump them. Because they feel like she's too cheap. Before I even say one thing, she has bought 10 things. You know that particular gesture can irritate some brothers. They can irritate them, can feel like, why is she all over me? What is the problem? She's not even hard to get at all. Brothers want to steal, they want to chase. So you are too available. Your time, you are there. Money, you are there. Effort, you are there. Cooking, you got that day. Everything you want to give. The brother will not even value you. You know, even if they enter the relationship with you with that kind of mindset, they will just feel like, is it not my sweetheart? She will always do that. She will do it. Don't worry. She will tell you. He will tell his friend, let's go to her house. She will cook for all of us. She likes to cook. Let's go. You know, she's a chef from heaven. So because you have given that vibe, so if you are a lady here that always giving guys something, you know when I said about things that you should do to ask a guy out, I did not say buy gifts. Did you notice? I didn't say give him money. I didn't say buy him things. I didn't say go and get his nice shirts. Go and iron his clothes. Go and do his house chores. That makes you a slave, not a wife. So please, Don't portray yourself like that. And if you are the brother, either you put a stop to it, you reciprocate it, or you act on it without taking advantage of that sister. Do not take advantage of anybody's gesture. All right, do we have the next question?
Yes, ma. He has issues with people saying they can't marry a pastor. So I want to ask that what are the reasons why did he say no to marrying a pastor or pastors?
Okay. Did I plan on marrying a pastor? The answer is no. Am I married to a pastor? The answer is yes. So why do ladies run from marrying a pastor? Well, I've met quite few ladies that are not running from marrying a pastor. That they will tell me that they even want to marry a pastor. I've met about 4 or 5 people that has told me that to my face. So many people running from pastor because of experience. If you check it well, some of the ladies grew up in a pastor's house. Their fathers are pastors. They have seen the limitation, the weakness of a pastor, and they don't want to repeat their mother's experience. So what are these things they have seen? The excesses of a pastor of those generations that did not put balance to it. Number 1, non-availability. Some daughters grew up in a home where they never see their father because he's busy with church work. He's always traveling, never available to listen to them. He listens to people outside more than them. He has time for people outside more than them. So those children grow up and say, Laji, I can't do this. They have seen their mother cry several times because her husband is not available. They have seen their mother in deep distress because she's married to a pastor. They don't want to repeat that. That's number 1, their experience. Number 2, marrying a pastor. Thank God that for this church, we don't have pastor's wife. You marry a pastor, you're a pastor. Because marrying a pastor is a calling. It's not a joke. You don't marry a pastor and leave baby girl for life. There's no baby girl life for you. You marry a pastor, you sign off on it. Pampering, you marry a pastor, you sign off on it. Because it's a call to responsibility. This is an office where God has called you to shepherd, to be a shepherd of his people. You must be higher in everything. And that is a higher calling some ladies are not willing to make. That sacrifice, they don't want to make it. They don't want to lay demand on them. Because people will lay demand on you as a pastor's wife. People will come to you, and then if they come to you, they talk to you today, you have nothing to say. Talk to you tomorrow. Okay. They will just push you aside and say, see, our pastor's wife, don't go to her, I beg. There's nothing she wants to tell you. Or you're a pastor's wife, every day and night you're on Nollywood, Bollywood, Collywood, Jollywood. That's what I call Collywood. You have nothing to say. You have no depth people can draw from. So marrying a pastor demands a higher level of sacrifice from being an ordinary wife of a church member or a tech bro. And then there's a level, so this weight of responsibility is what people run away from. So it takes a special level of anointing to step into it. Then number 3 that is not popular. Some people are seeking your position as a pastor's wife. As I'm standing here, so people are wishing they were the one. But I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Glory to God. So these are the things that discourage people from marrying a pastor's wife, being a pastor's wife. Being a pastor's wife or marrying a pastor, they discourage them. But it's not a bad thing. As you can see me, my husband taking care of me now. Is he not? Is he not doing a good job? Is he not trying? Is my husband not trying? So it's not bad to marry a pastor. If you're a lady here, God has called you, God has told you to marry a pastor and you're crying. Like it's a cross you have to carry. Don't worry. If he's a man after God's own heart, he will take care of you, he will take care of your children, and God will equip you for the office. God will empower you for the journey. So it's not a bad thing to marry a pastor. I never be able to convince ladies. They're looking at me like, be deceiving yourself. We are still not coming after you. All right, let me have the next question.
Okay, so this person is a spiritual friendship. They have a spiritual friendship and then they move to relationship. But relationship did not work. Is it proper to go back to that friendship or not?
Pastor, do you want to answer that question? Okay, so I'm going to just talk on, I will rush my session now so the pastor can come and address some specific questions. So, covenant friendship. Supernatural friendship. So I want to say covenant friendship. And then you now took it a step further into relationship. Now it did not work. You now want to retrace your step. To come back to covenant friendship. The things you have done, can you undo them? The footprint that you have taken forward, can you erase them? So that friendship will always be colored by the experiences you have had in that relationship, except if you don't want to be sincere with yourself. So the question initially is, why did you take it a step further? Were you instructed by God to do it? Not all friendship will lead to marriage. That is the truth every one of us must agree with. There are some very, very good friends that you have that you will not marry. They are good people. They are amazing people. But they are not your husband. They are not your wife. So you can't just ask every good guy. Can't ask guy. You can't just ask every good lady out. You can't say yes to every good guy. There's some guy that walks that will say, brother, I like you. I like you very much. But God has confirmed to me that we are covenant brothers. That you're my covenant brother, not my husband. Help the brother refocus his life. If you marry because he's a good guy, both of you will struggle through the marriage, and then you may not have a fulfilling marriage. Because you are meant to fulfill purpose together. Doesn't mean you have to marry him. There are some spiritual covenant relationships that will not lead to marriage. So can you undo what you have done? My question is, my response to that is, be ready to, yes, you can fight for your friendship. You can, when I mean fight for it, I mean a lot of things we come against it, but you have to fight through. But is it really worth the fight? If it's not worth the fight, let the friendship go. God will give you another covenant relationship somewhere else. And then God will give him another covenant. You have already soiled the covenant, the supernaturalness, with the friendshipness, with that relationship that did not, because whatever factor did not make it work out, will always tear you in the face in the friendship. It will always be there. It doesn't go anywhere. You will always see it. And that is what scares me. So if before you go into that kind of relationship, be sure that God is leading you. And if not, don't do it. And if you have gone, you want to have your friendship back, you have a lot of battles to fight. If it does not want it, just let it go. Let that friendship go. Because you can't undo what has been done. Let the friendship go. Another question.
That's the last question for me. It says that dealing with issues of apologizing in friendship, always apologize in friendship. Person doesn't apologize. How do you deal with it?
Well, if you are willing to apologize all through marriage, you can go ahead with that relationship. If not, either you have a conversation around it. You know, we've done this in our one of our case studies. I want to believe. I think we've done it in one of our case studies. When a partner is always apologizing. The guy's face is changed. I'm sorry. What did I do? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Forgive me. He didn't say, you didn't anything now. I know I must have offended you. For it to have changed like this. I'm sorry. It's a problem. There's a problem. And for me, if you are not planning to apologize all through your marriage, that can be a very stressful relationship. So if it's a dysfunctional, if I didn't want to apologize in a relationship, it's a dysfunctional relationship. It is a dysfunctional relationship. You are the only one apologizing. You are the only one that is wrong. It is dysfunctional. So what should you do? Have a conversation with that guy. Or if it is a guy that's apologizing, talk to the lady. Why is it that this matter, I am not wrong, but I still apologize? What's happening here? They will see some people will still fight you with that. You say apologize for saying that. Please save yourself from a life of stress. So we're going to go into the anonymous question. Can we display the questions? And the pastor is going to be answering some of them. I'll read them out, and then he's going to be answering them. Can I have a second mic, please? Please, don't say hi to my question. I will not show you. I will not show you again. So the question is, should a believer go into a relationship with a Muslim guy that is not really devoted and the guy goes to church? Sir, please. Yes. I should answer it. Okay, so the guy goes to church, but the guy is a Muslim. But the guy goes to church. You have lost me. Is it that the guy's parents are Muslims and the guy is a Christian? Or the guy is a Muslim that goes to church? A Muslim that goes to church. That means not a Christian, but he goes to church. We should be careful. Pastor is going to answer that question.
Praise God. The person who asked the question, I want to ask you a question. I know you are not going to answer it. What do you want? It's a function of what you want. All right? It's like this. It's easier for a Muslim lady to be with a Christian man than for a Christian lady to be with a Muslim guy. The reason is this: the man determines the religion of the marriage. Yes, sir. What do you want as a lady? Are you ready to become a Muslim? If you can give up your Christian faith to be with that guy, then there's no problem. We can only trust God for a miracle to happen. You can become converted to a Christian, and then both of you become Christian, couple. But if he doesn't get converted, be ready to become a Muslim as a wife. So it's a function of what you want. So it's primarily a dysfunctional relationship to be in a relationship with someone who is not of the same religion with you. It's a dysfunctional relationship. You will always come to that conflict of religion's difference. You will always come to that point. That's why I asked her, what do you want? If you want, I love him so much. I want him to be, I want to be with him. I don't mind even if we are not going to church or we go to church and he's not a serious type of person. Well, if that's what you want, note that you are likely to become a Muslim. Then there's nothing to worry about. That's your choice. But if you don't want to become a Muslim, you're so convinced about your faith, then it comes simple. You can't be in a relationship with such a man who comes to church. The question says he comes to church. He is not a Christian. So you can't date such a person. You shouldn't. If you have been nursing that idea, you should not do it. But it's all boiled down to what? Choice. And I think that's helpful. All right? But if the brother is going to, he said, okay, maybe he has given his life to Christ, or he's in that phase of making that decision, don't start a relationship with him until you are 100% sure he has had an encounter with Jesus. Even at that, on your wedding day, be ready to have 2 types of canopy, 2 types of prayer, 2 types of different forms of culture. My firstborn got married to a Muslim lady, our own biological firstborn. We didn't do church wedding. We did a wedding in the court. We prayed in Jesus' name and prayed in Islamic way. We did everything in 2. We had 2 canopies for the wedding. The canopy for all our Christian guests, the canopy for all our Muslim guests. When they got married, she became a Christian because she took on the religion of her husband. And both of them started going to church. Well, it seems as if nothing happened because we won, right? But my only sister married a Christian. Because I would not even have allowed such relationship to thrive. Because I know no pastor will tell a wife to disrespect or disobey her husband, even if her husband is a pagan. He has the right to still lead his home, irrespective of his religion.
Yes, sir.
So what do you want? That's what answered the question.
Thank you very much, sir. I hope that answers that. Before you say that he allows me to go to church, he allows me to practice my religion, be sure that you are sure of what you are saying, the values that guide your home. So I do it for money. That's another question. A situation where you are the only child with no father and relatives, and the mother need an immediate surgery. But the only person who is ready to help with the full bill is the boss. What should be done? So the boss is asking for sex, I want to believe, in exchange for the money that takes care of the mother. What should you do? Pastor, sir.
Well, this question is personal to me. I would like to ask this way. If you have done it, well, there is not much to say. I will still state the principle. If you have not done it, don't do it. As in, don't. And I'm going to give you a reason. If you have done it, well, as at the time you took that decision, that was the best option. That was all you knew you could do to save your mom's life. Well, the deed is done. What you need now is how to forgive yourself, because the memory will still be haunting you. If you need to forgive yourself, see me after this meeting. I'll make myself available for the person who asked the question. I said I'm taking it personal. All right. But if you have not done it, don't do it for 3 reasons. Number 1, if you are truly a child of God, these are the situations where God proves to you that He loves you. If you do it and you get the money and the surgery is not successful, sometimes God ensures that the surgery is not successful, so that the next time you are found in such situation, your option will not be to sin to justify saving a life. See, we walk with God by principles, and God knows that the moment you have this reason to compromise the faith, He ensures that you don't have that option again the second time. So one of the things God does, if He truly loves you and you're a child, not someone who is just among us, He would ensure that if you are to take that step, what if the surgery is not successful? If the surgery is successful, then you are in serious danger. Because the next time you face a challenge, you will justify for stealing. If you justify for sleeping around, you will give a justification for stealing. After all, I'm stealing from my boss so that I can take care or I can pay the school fees of my siblings. And every time you commit a sin, you will find a justification in your heart, because it's not towards selfish interest. So if God truly loves you, He would ensure that that method does not work. Number 2, once you sleep with your boss for money once, you can always sleep with him for any other reason. He can blackmail you. He can say, I will just... What if he has a recorded tape of when he slept with you? Whether in the hotel or in his office. Whichever way he chooses to do it. A man who is after you for sex, he knows you are at your most vulnerable moment. You need money to save a life. And he places sex as the only option for you to get that money. Is a slave master. He will not stop at one sex.
Yes, sir.
I am 100% sure he will want more sex times. He wants to make you a mistress. So you are thinking it's a one-time thing. He is thinking, I want to sustain this sexual opportunity. So he will find a way. If he knows that your conscience is pure, you are not likely to come back again, then he set a means to blackmail you. Either a recorded video of the sex session, or he plans that the secretary opens the door on you, so that there will be a third party who will always threaten to expose the secret. And if you take the sex for the money, he can give you promotion for sex again, sex for promotion. He can give you sex for being enlisted for those who will go on vacation to Canada. He will always have an opportunity on his table that you will give sex to get. Number 3, for such a man, in the future, when you want your freedom, you want to get married and you need freedom from that sex bondage, he won't give it. Have you seen it before that a lady was on their wedding day, 2 nights to the wedding, he will go and meet somebody and have sex.
Yeah.
And they call it goodbye sex or makeup sex or whatever sex they call it. They don't do it because they really want to do it. Most of them, not all of them. Some do it because they are obligated to. And even when you are married, that boss, if you're still working in that company, can still demand for that kind of sex. Now, for no other payment, but for the threat that I can tell your husband. See, there is no end to that level of deception if you have done it. Well, I'm not going to state the tactics to getting out of it, because whatever I said now is too general. Okay? I would prefer to speak specifically to that person. If you have done it, fine. The deed is done. How do you get out of it? We are going to set another plan to come out of it. If you are dealing with the devil, you must understand his strategies.
Yes, sir.
Falling for such strategy means that you will have to build another one.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, you won't get out of it. There is no end to this kind of deception. So if you have not done it, please
Don't do it.
please see me. There are other ways to get money. You can get loans. There are many ways to get it. See, you can get it from the church you're going. You can speak with the pastorate of the church. This is the need. Can the church loan me? I will pay it back. This is my salary in so amount of months. The church can decide to raise a seed for that surgery. Goodwill men in church can decide, I'm giving 20,000, I'm giving 50,000. By the time you gather the money, it's almost half of the money for the surgery. You don't have to sell your dignity, because God in heaven sees it. And one funny thing about it is that it may not even be successful. With what conscience will you start praying to God? God, you know how I got this money? I slept with my boss to get it. Lord, this operation must be successful. Can you pray like that? Your mind starts telling you that the source is wrong. When you are not begging God for mercy. And as you pray, the devil will keep taunting your heart. Even when the surgery is successful, the devil will never leave you, because you just employed one of his methods. Please, if you have not done it, see me.
Thank you so much, sir. You know, this question reminded me of Joseph in the scripture, when Potiphar's wife said, come and sleep with me. And he said, how will I do this great wickedness? You know, the person that was his boss against God. You know, how will I do this great wickedness and sin against God? This is a delicate trap. Don't fall for it. All right, next question. Is that all? Okay, what do you have to say about partners that are in different countries? Long distance. Girlfriend in Europe, boyfriend in Nigeria. How do you advise them to hold, push, and still love as Christian partners aspiring for marriage? I believe that there should be a plan for this kind of relationship. There should be a plan, one. Number two, there should be a timeline you are working with, because you are sure planning to get married, to stay married virtually, even if you do wedding virtually. There should be a plan where either she comes to Nigeria or you go to Europe. I believe that there should be that kind of plan. So it's not for me. It's not a bad thing, as long as a plan is in place that you're working with, and number two, you have a timeline you're working with. Because this kind of thing gives room for different level of temptation from both ends. and this can be filled with a lot of distractions. The devil has a way of building this kind of distraction. The lady in Europe starts seeing guys that are settled, ready, just looking for a babe, and then she's like, I have a boyfriend in Nigeria in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. And the guy in Nigeria sees ladies that are ready, that are available, that he gist with, he talks with, and the devil is planning that. So for this relationship to work, the point I'm talking about is a day-to-day conversation. You communicate frequently. Is it the kind of communication that you talk once in a week? That relationship is about to die. You have to talk on a daily basis. Even if it don't be every day, probably, let me say frequently, because I say every day now, you start fighting your partner because it's not called you yesterday. I'm not saying that it is a problem, but you have to be deliberate about communication. The only way, I may not be an advocate of a distant relationship, but it does not mean it is wrong. But what I will not advise is marriage in this regard for a long time. You're already married, probably 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. You have had sex several times, and then one now travel to Europe. The other is in Nigeria, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and you still think you are married. We are going to have a serious problem with that. Sir, please.
Well, I'm trying to see the intention of the person who asked the question, looking at the key words. See, this kind of question mechanisms help us to see into the heart of the person that is asking the question. Girlfriend in Europe, boyfriend in Nigeria, how do you advise them to hold, push, and still love as Christian partners? If you are not Christian partners, what would you have been doing via phone? Probably sex chat. Now you're about to sleep. Let me see something before I sleep. Well, now show me something. Now you know I've missed you. Show me something. What are you wearing? Oh, are you wearing any underwear? Okay. That's nice. What I'm saying is nice color. Red. That's a nice color. Oh, yeah, I'm missing you. I really can't hold you now and all of that. You don't know what I'm talking about. You're looking at me as if I'm saying something bad. Is it not something to do? Who said I don't? Who said I don't? Well, for some people in relationship, that's what they use to hold body.
Hold body? Make I use that one, hold body? Okay.
But as a Christian partner. So the person is asking, as a Christian partner, if you're not married, so sex should not be part of the ingredients. Yes, but the temptation of sexual activities can be. Now, those deliberate acts of being in your nightgown and wanting to do a video call to somebody you know is in Nigeria, you want to just kill arrows in and then leave him in the air. Now, when such things are coming up, how do you handle it? Sincerely, the answer is very simple. You can't undo it. So what do? Start talking about plan. You know, we won't be said today, the first sign of a dysfunctional relationship is to be in a timeless, you can't be in a timeless relationship. If you're going to be in Europe for 3 years, we know we are planning 3 years. But you're in Europe, we are waiting for when they will approve my visa. And we don't know when. That's a challenge. It's a major problem. See, if you have this personal issue, sometimes some things are not fully resolved in a general place. You can see us after the meeting. The second person, we can talk about, if the person is not physically present, we can do a personal chat so that we can understand the peculiar case. Don't be tempted. Social media will not forget. You're not just chatting between yourself and your partner. They said it is end-to-end encrypted. Don't believe all about it. Your personal pictures or video chat between you and your partner, it is not, it's not needed now. That's why you think it's secret. It's not just saved on your phone. It's saved in the cloud. If someone needs to visit it, they can bring it out. There are things you shouldn't throw around on social media. Don't throw around on WhatsApp video. There are things you shouldn't exchange. Not because you don't want to, but because it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. Did you send it? That's a question. If you delete things, it can still be recovered.
Yes, sir.
Did you send it? Yes. You sent it. It means it's out there. You just don't know where. So to handle this kind of situation, you can talk about how you feel. Plan about the possibility of the closest time. Say exactly how you feel. Talk about it. But as you're talking about it, understand. But I know it is time bound. I'm going to wait. It's 2 years more. We're going to work things out. And haven't done all to stand. If after doing all the plan and the structuring and everything and it still doesn't work, one person will have to go and meet the other. One person will go. If the brother or sister cannot travel to America, come to Nigeria. That's a personal thing.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, the next question, if it's what I have here, yes, I think Pastor already mentioned something like this. Am I right? What do you have to say about nude pictures or videos in marriage? Probably both couples are not together, and then they share nude pictures or videos to each other. To me, it is wrong, but I want to know better. Thank you. Pastor mentioned that these things don't go away. And so what do you want to achieve by sending nude to your husband? You want to arouse your sexual desire, but you are not there to fulfill it. You are not there to put it in check. They're in another country. You are arousing their for what? Why are we intentionally creating avenue for the devil to trap us? Because it is a trap. You are arousing let's even now say that you are not in the same time zone. Your night is their day. Listen, about to sleep, you say nude. He is still awake, wide awake. Daughters of Zion are walking around. He's viewing nude. He's aroused. One sister has been bringing cooler, came in, brought cooler. The devil acted on it, and everything became, and then, my husband cheated on me. No, you made him cheat on you. Because you created that avenue for the devil. Why do we, see, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the idea behind sending nude to people. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. What you are trying to arouse, the sexual desire, how does it help the person? How does it help the lady? How does it help the guy fulfill their sexual urges? It will only lead them to more sin. It will lead them to more like masturbation. Is that not what is going to end it? You send it to a guy. The guy, what's a marriage seminar? You send it to a guy, the guy is aroused. How does he quench this arousal? He will masturbate. You send it to a lady, she's aroused. How does he end it? She will masturbate. So what is the essence of this? Does it prove that you love your partner? No. Sir, please.
It's boiling my heart. Sorry. I'm not supposed to interrupt. But you see, this is a sex talk. And I am not permitted to review much. But those that know me, I know much. So let me just try and be very modest. My wife is trying to dance around the modesty. See, you are talking about masturbation. The sex chat between couples now. You know, I answer the question in relationship.
Yes,
now,
sir.
as a husband and wife.
Yes, sir.
It's still not right. Oh, Pastor, I've been away from my wife for 6 months. See, there's a policy in a church that I love. That policy is that whatever is happening in your marriage, the maximum time a husband and a wife must stay apart is 2 years. Maximum. Anything more than 2 years, the ministry will remove their hand.
Yes, sir.
And it happened to somebody very recently. They had to call the guy. Your wife has not been able to get approval for the visa. Come to Nigeria and come and meet her. They're causing trouble. And the guy had to travel down. Listen, when it comes to husband and wife living in different states, it is, see, sex follows habits. Sexual desires respond to patterns. Once you give yourself to a once in 2 weeks masturbation, you will be fine up until the 2 weeks. Now, your body tells you that you did it yesterday. You should be fine between now and the next time, which has become an habit. So we can learn an habit of sex. We can unlearn it. When you feel sexually pressured to have sex as a married person and your partner is away, the moment you are able to hold on to yourself and walk past that moment of the peak of that desire, the next time the desire comes, it will be less stronger than the previous one. But if you gratify every time the urge comes, it will become higher every time it approaches again.
Yes, sir.
So this will not solve the problem. It will only create. So the question, it will lead us to the next question. Can I use sex toys? So when I'm looking at the picture of my wife, that she's out of the country, can I use something to hold my body? The lady will say, can I use sex toy while I'm picturing my husband? We are doing a video call and I start using tools on myself. Well, I'm technically having sex with them, but electronically. See, we are getting to that moment where technology will tell us a lot of narrative about this. Next year in Love Devotion, we are going to talk about these things in details. We're going to talk about sex in details. And that day when you are coming, you'll be prepared. The pastor will say some things. And I will just ask God to help me. But today is not that day. But it doesn't help the sexual desire.
Yeah, it only leads, open you up to more danger. Next question. In a situation where the guy and the lady is not in a relationship, but at any slight opportunity of misunderstanding during conversation, the lady do soft violence like slapping and beating the guy. The guy call it soft. What's your problem? The guy call it soft. What's your problem? He says it's soft violence, slapping and beating, like tapping. All right, so what should the guy do? When I saw the question on my phone, I thought they were in a relationship. So when I said they are not in a relationship. Okay, so they are not in a relationship. Number one, help the lady, because that's how she'll be beating her husband. If you really like the lady and you are not planning to marry the lady, help her. See, all of us, we are product of our upbringing. We are product of our experiences until we take a conscious effort to change some things. They remain with us. What am I saying? This kind of lady grew up in a home where love is expressed through beating. Yes, some people are like that. Have you heard of Pastor Jeremiah and his wife? You have read it. You have read it on YouTube. Go and watch it. Go and watch her story. She said when they both got married, if they have not had heated conversation that they are like, I will beat you up, they don't love each other. That's how she grew up. That's what she knew about love. That's all the love she was exposed to as a child. Her parents fought in their very presence every day. And they still see them stick together. So what is love without beating? Yes. This is an upbringing problem. Okay. Pastor said we should grow up among guys. I don't know, do guys beat each other to show love? Do you guys play with slapping and beating, punching? Is that how you guys, I don't know. I didn't grow up among boys. In my family, my daddy is the only male in our house. We are 4 girls. So permit me, pardon me, I don't understand that one. But seriously, this lady needs help. Number one, to know that it is not right. Because if you are raising as a concern now, it's because you know it's not right. So the lady must know that this is not the normal way to live. It is an abnormal way to relate with the opposite sex. Because if you end up beating a guy that will beat you back, the guy will beat you black. And that's going to cause a problem. So please help this person understand that that is not the way that is not the way to behave around a man. That is not the way to either joke with a man and or show love to a man or express friendship to a man. She can. help this person understand better. And then number two, if the person is not, why must you stay friends with somebody that beats you and slap you for play? I don't understand now. But let's just if you can't help the guy, the lady, you can move away from her, please. You can distance yourself from someone that takes violence as a way of life. Except you want to become violent too, because in no time, you will unconsciously start seeing it as normal. And then you will marry a woman that you feel like, but you do it to me and I don't complain. So why are you complaining if I'm doing it to you? Because you have gotten used to produce style. So if you don't want to be influenced by this person, quickly influence her to think like you, that this is not normal, or you move away from her. I don't know if Pastor has any other thing to say. Please, next question. My question is about a partner, actually the man, giving the lady monthly stipend when they are not married. What if the man is doing it out of his own free will and not for any personal gain? I want to believe that this is coming from the guy that is saying, oh, I do it because I just love the lady and I don't want her to suffer. I know that what he's getting from home is not enough and I have more than enough. I can spare something every month. It's not bad. It's okay. As long as you are the one sparing it out of your free will. Nobody's putting pressure on you. They're not putting billings on you. Nobody's sending you their wish list for the month. Nobody's sending you their need for the quarter. You are the one doing it. It's not a pressure. It's not out of pressure. It's okay. But what should the response of the lady? I want to talk from the lady's side. The lady here, a guy is sending you, he doesn't have issues with it. He does it effortlessly. What should be your response to it? Number one, look for ways to give to this guy. Out of what he's giving you. On a monthly basis, get him a gift. Not say that, did I ask him for it? Should he ask you for gifts too before you give it to him? If he gives it to you effortlessly, let giving to him too from your hand becomes, let him understand the fact that, let him say, hey, why are you troubling yourself? I'm giving you something small. I see buying gift from me, tell him that thank you. I know you are giving me and I want to do it for you. You are not forcing me. Did I force to give you money? So you are not forcing me. Let him understand the fact that you are not taking that gesture for granted. And then because of some parents, they will say, dysfunctional don't baby. You mean Kuli sing 50K every month? Tell him that your brother needs house rent. Tell him now he will give you. Or they can even keep it and say, Kuli, Pele, Okutoju Yahweh, Hello Akukubawashi. In fact, we say something going to nipa aburo any school fees. You know some mothers can do that. Have you seen such mothers before? That relationship is dysfunctional. Let's call a spade a spade. Even if he does it out of his free will, don't take advantage of it. Because eventually, when he gets tired of you and probably breaks up with you and enter the next relationship with a decision that I will never give any lady any money, you even know that I have money. So these are the things that push people to make extreme decisions. You were the one, you were the reason. One lady offend, other ladies will suffer. Please, don't be our problem. Because people are enjoying this now and they are giving glory to God for it. Don't block the road. Be grateful for it. Show gestures that shows that you are not taking him for granted. Get him gift on a regular basis. It may not be monthly, maybe once in 2 months, maybe once in 3 months. Save up, get him something, be thoughtful. That's the word. Be thoughtful. Really? Have sense, receive sense. Look at what he needs. It's not possible for a guy to be all in all, to have it all, know it all, earn it all. He has the money. There is something he lacks. You look at him, he doesn't pay attention to the kind of shirt he wears, or probably doesn't even know when he needs to change it. Go to the market, make round neck. Very beautiful ones. Give it to him and say, I just wanted to change your word, but I like the way your round neck and short looks on you. I want to change it. Let me change it. Or greatest know that the money I'm giving my partner is not in vain. I can see value for the money I'm giving to him. Thank you very much. I'm giving to her. Next question. Okay, someone said, good afternoon, church. I'm happy I joined Love Devotion today. Is it right for your partner to be annoyed when you receive gifts from your male friends, not on birthdays? Also, can you receive monetary gift and other gift from your ex on birthdays? It's not your question, it's my question. But I want to ask a question before Pastor answers the question. Please. Is it right for your partner to be annoyed? I want to ask you. Is it right for you to be annoyed if your partner receives gift from their female friends? Is it right for you to be annoyed if his ex bring him his best food on his birthday? Will you be annoyed? Pastor, please answer the question, sir.
Well, I don't want us to judge this person. You understand? Because it came from a very sincere heart. My ex has money. And we had an understanding when we broke up. So when he's sending something to me, I don't have money, somebody is willing to send money. Will I be telling them not to send money to me? The problem with this is that your partner, if your partner keeps quiet, if your partner is not annoyed that you are getting gifts from your ex, in bracket, not on birthdays, it means the gifts are not tailored towards celebrating you. They are gifts of love. Anybody can give you a gift on your birthday. If you have 20 exes, 19 can give you a gift on your birthday. But make sure that the person you are in a relationship with knows that you receive gift from all the exes, and let them know all the gifts. So that they will know, if they are going to be annoyed, let them be annoyed, but let them know about it. Don't keep it because he's going to be annoyed. But is it wrong for him to be annoyed? No, it's not. He has right to be angry if he feels the gift is coming in too much. To receive a gift from your ex means you are in communication with your ex. I think I am more worried about the act of the communication than the gift. And what the gift will do in your heart, provided I am the boyfriend, the current boyfriend, and then your ex is giving you gift that I cannot afford to give you. So you expect me to be fine with that? That's direct competition, and it's making me feel less of a boyfriend. So if you look at it from the lens of the guy, a lot of things is going on in his mind, and he's feeling like, no, I can't take this. I'm being disrespected. This guy is deliberately rubbing it on my face by bringing gift to my partner, the ones he knows I can't afford to give to my partner. And so, can you receive monetary gift and other gift from your ex on birthdays? Gift on birthdays. You don't have to receive all the gifts. One of the measures of maturity is ability to say no to something. Send your account details. I want to send something to take yourself out on your birthday. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. My boyfriend is taking me out already. I don't think I need any money to take myself out.